All right, so boom, if you want to double your close rate and close $10,000 of additional revenue in this month of June, watch the end of the video. This video is going to be about 5 or 6 minutes. It's going to be one of my shorter ones. Just keeping it straight, just hitting you guys with absolute sauce. So if you like the video, just hit a like. And yeah, if you can't sit through a 6 minute video, your brain is probably cooked. It's mush. It's over for you. Okay, so now you clicked on this video to improve your sales ability. All right. And with any ability, with any skill, right? Think of a sport you played: football, basketball, hockey, whatever you name it, right? There's always a coach. And now this person is tasked with the need to improve you, right? Their objective is to improve you as a player. And one of the biggest ways to improve, right? Because you can shoot all the shots in your free time, right? You can go outside 3 or 4 hours a day after practice, or just if you had off, right, outside of your house and just shoot the ball, right? But if you never make that tweak to your wrist, if you never know what you're doing wrong in game, maybe you're getting a little bit flustered on the layups, right? Maybe in football, someone's coming to hit you and you just loosen up that grip and you fumble the ball, right? In any given format, you need a coach to identify the weaknesses, right? Identify the strengths of your game, allow you to double down and play to the strengths of your game, and allow you to fix your weaknesses over time and correct your mistakes. Now, if you don't have a coach, it's incredibly hard to recognize because you don't have the experience. In sales, especially, the majority of people I talk to have almost no sales experience. I mean, it's one of the only professions where, like, you're a doctor, you go to school for 8 years, right? You're a lawyer, you got to do a lot of schooling, right? All these other professions, we completely expect it to take time. But with sales, people just hop in and think that they're just persuasive beasts. When in all actuality, being good at sales has nothing to do with persuasion and everything to do with challenging their beliefs and, giving a clear and identifiable path to fixing their problem and fixing their pain, with your product. And so you can get one of these coaches online. I mean, I can suggest some to you: Johnny Mao, Ryan Choi, all these guys. The only problem is that you're tasked with having to have $10,000 ready to go for most of these guys. Maybe a little bit less, a little bit more. I don't know. I actually don't know. Right? But give or take, most mentorships you're going to buy nowadays, one-on-one support, coaching calls, all that, $10,000. Now, I actually have a free one in my bio, two-on-one mentorship. You'll learn the sales and marketing to scale your own agency. Shameless plug because it actually fucking help you, especially if you're a young kid watching this. You have no idea where to start. Um, Even if you're just a good sales guy, trying to start your own thing, we will transition you into a full-time dude doing 10K a month. Again, shameless plug, just DM me on Instagram, dude. I don't have any website bullshit. I'm not setting that shit up. Right? Just text me on Instagram. But anyway, so the real big issue is that unless you have $10,000, you're not gonna have someone to review. You're not gonna have someone to help improve your game. Now, in 2025, we have this awesome, awesome thing called AI. And so what I did is I prompted AI. Oops. So I prompted AI to actually, boom, I just full screen it. Make sure it's not getting blocked. There it is. So I prompted AI. I said, I want you to audit my entire sales process, right? And help me become a great closer. I want you to adopt the persona of the best salespeople in the world: Jordan Belfort, Jeremy Miner, and Johnny Mao, to deliver actionable, punchy feedback, be direct and no nonsense, break down my process step by step, identify where I'm weak, changes over time, and give me specific framework and strategies to improve. Also, highlight my strong areas so I know what to double down on. And I also said to make this process as effective and conversion focused as possible. And now that was just one of the main prompts I gave, right? You can obviously give more. But this was the outcome that ChatGDP, there we go, finally, that ChatGDP left me with, right? So let's just confirm, boom, boom. What I did was I pasted in 10 calls with that prompt, asked them to give me, calls, right? A review of those calls, and a step by step framework to get my closing rate from 33% to 40%. And now you can see here, it gave me a chronological breakdown, strengths and weaknesses, 1 inch away, rewritten scripts, boom, boom, And it gives me a great like every single stage of this is broken down: the intro, the discovery, the pitch, the handling of the actions, the close, right? So something that's gonna do strong, I ask for the sale. Most of the time lacks finality. And I'll say this is actually true. Like this is the 100% true weakness I have. Lacks tight agenda setting. Yeah, like I don't set the agenda in the intro, right? Discovery occasionally rambles or skips narrowing. I mean, you guys can obviously see how I occasionally ramble, right? My pitch, right? I'm very clerical. I give a lot of clarity, right? But a lot of times I focus on what it does as opposed to what it can do, right? And when handling objections, I'm very calm, I'm very present, but I don't really dig into the root of it, right? I just try to use logic to outweigh emotion when emotion is the thing that makes people buy, right? Boom, boom. I need to think about it. That's totally fair. Just make sure I understand. Is the strategy you're about investment itself? Boom. And it gives you like actual responses, which is really sick. And look, so I submitted the calls. Boom, boom. And then it goes even more, right? Into the actual, during the stretch of time, it used to be kind of soft. Now it's firm, energetic, natural, deep anchors, confident, clean refrains, right? In contrast with my non closes, I rush my pitch, right? Lack of urgency, right? So consequence, no clear fear, pain, action loop, right? I don't actually know what that means, to be honest. I need to look deeper into that, right? That's why there was 1 inch away. I over validate their doubts, which is actually it's actually crazy that ChatGPT, an actual AI that I paid $20 a month for, and you guys don't even have to pay for this, right? For free, you guys can do this. Is I didn't even realize like the whole time, yeah, like I always say like, man, I understand, like it is something to think about. Sometimes I get into that habit, even though it's retarded. And then it can give me more about specific clauses. Discovery is deep, future pacing, clear benefits, pivoted to ROI, right? Boom, 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 boom. Clear pain focus, Ash trial. Does that sound like what you need? Sensed hesitation, but didn't address it. Pitch was rushed. Lack of urgency. And so it'll go through every single call you guys have and give you exact step the steps what to fix. And it'll give you the commonality of it, right? And say, what should you do, right? It gave me a PDF, which is awesome. Obviously, I don't actually have it downloaded right there, but it'll tell me how close I am. I'm at the 80-yard line with a few fixes, right? Stronger field handling, tighter close, consequence, add those in equals 40% close rate. So, and it even breaks it down that I'm one pause away from closing more deals, right? So it gives me the exact step by step, guys. I mean, this is insane. Like, this is literally your own personal coach. So if you guys already have a coach, you can even continuously use this. I even used it to help with my team, like to help with my closer, to improve his calls, right? This is actually like groundbreaking. You guys will improve at sales just by asking ChatGPT with a simple couple prompts that I have in my course. And obviously I gave you one right there to actually start scaling and getting better at sales, which is insane. So yeah, that was just a really value driven video. I hope you all enjoyed. Again, DM me if you want some help with mentorship. Doing it for free. Just use my referral code. And I hope that helps you guys. Should be able to double your close rate from that if you're a newbie. And obviously collect $10,000 this month. All right, catches.